Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This project began in 2013 with a vision. In 2006, Jefferson Transit purchased this 10-acre piece of land for the purpose of building a new administration and maintenance facility. The project was placed on hold during our last economic downturn and revitalized in 2011. Today marks the start of the possibilities for economic growth for this area of our county, for cooperation between agencies, and celebrating regional connectivity. This new facility will help Jefferson Transit showcase our outstanding community to move more visitors and more customers. This project will attract more employees to our community because of our convenient connections with our awesome Olympic Peninsula partners, Mason Transit, Kitsap Transit, Clallam Transit, Grace Harbor Transit, and the Washington State Ferries. This project is a reflection of our goals to enhance transportation efforts, to coordinate resources, and further the efforts of our state in reducing greenhouse gases. Jefferson Transit has served our community for over 30 years and will continue to provide mobility and promote tourism to our community by providing them with the means to safely travel our beautiful peninsula. I am so pleased to recognize and thank everyone that helped and supported Jefferson Transit in achieving a goal that was 12 years in the making. This project received strong support from the Federal Transit Administration. Jefferson Transit appreciates and thanks the Federal Transit Administration for the work they do throughout our country. The $3.2 million represented over half of the funding needed to complete this project. On behalf of Jefferson Transit, I would also like to thank the Washington State Department of Transportation. They played an important role, not only in financial support, but also technical and a lot of moral support. Thank you, East Jefferson Fire and Rescue, for your contribution and for making the decision to partner with Jefferson Transit for fueling. Of course, JTA could not have done this without you, the taxpayers. Thank you for supporting public transportation. Jefferson Transit followed through on the promise to keep this budget on time and on budget. This project was well managed with change orders of less than 7% of the construction cost, which is a testament to the efficient design of TCF architecture and an efficient and effective team of Peace Construction, and the very careful oversight from our most awesome project manager, Samantha Trone. We are extremely grateful for all of your hard work and all of your professionalism. I would very, very much like to thank my team at Jefferson Transit. It is an honor and a privilege to work with each and every one of you. And last but not least, I'd like to say thank you to my husband. He's my rock and my support. Anyone who's done something like this knows how much time you spend at work and not at home. So I thank you and I love you. So I'd like to turn the mic over to our MC, Commissioner David Sullivan, who is also a member of the Jefferson Transit Authority Board.
Thank you for being here today. This is a day of celebration, and Tammy went through a list of a lot of the people that are here helping us celebrate that have been a part of this project. And I think not the least of which is the taxpayers of Jefferson County, who in 2011 put their trust in us to actually raise taxes at the height of a recession, or the depth of a recession, how should I say that? It is remarkable as I go around the state and talk to other county commissioners and was able to say that, yes, our citizens did this in 2011. They voted to increase their taxes at this time when others thought that that was just unthinkable to even ask. But we had to ask because we saw the state that transit was in. We saw the situation where we had commitments to carry forth a project into the future to build this facility, and times had changed. Federal funding had changed. State funding had changed. And we were entering a time of great uncertainty about that funding. And part of the problem was that money had been spent, money had been committed, and that money would have had to been paid back if we didn't proceed with this project. So in proceeding, we were able to use the funds that were available and recreate a different vision for Jefferson Transit. And that vision puts the riders first and foremost. It's the point of service for transit is where the driver picks up the rider, where the driver lets them off. And we don't lose sight of that. So you see this facility is out here in the county. It is a place where the buses can be worked on, where they can be worked on safely in a more efficient environment, in a safer environment for our employees, and that's important to us too. And it's in a place that fits with other regional transportation. It has an airport here. It's on the highway for our regional connectivity with all the other counties. And it's on the Larry Scott Trail, which eventually is envisioned to be a trail that goes all the way to the coast. So it is well located, but it's also in a place that's somewhat out of the way. It's not the central focus for where we do our service, because our service is with our riders, where we pick them up and where we drop them off. And we're not going to lose sight of that. Really have to thank the people that have stuck with us. Tammy mentioned some of them, but we do have many people that helped us create a new vision and bring this in under budget in a very practical way. And I have to thank TCF. Some of them are over here if you want to raise your hand so people can see you there. Peace Construction, they help bring this in under budget. Anybody that's done a contract project knows that there's a leap of faith when you go forward and say, can we all bring this together and bring it in under the amount that we could afford. And in doing that, it's really positioned transit for the future. We are in a place where, having spent down reserves because we knew sales tax money was coming after that vote to keep our services in place, we've been able to start to build those reserves and sustain ourselves so that we will be here in the future as part of the answer for so many of the issues that face our citizens. And so people will be able to get to work. People will be able to get to their services. People will be able to have an option as their lives change. as they become older, as they start questioning whether I should drive. And we will have an option available for people who want to use alternative modes of transportation. And I think you're going to find that transit's in a place where it will be able to respond to the future in this time of uncertainty, both personally and within our federal and state governments. We couldn't have done it without all your help. So I want to now ask one of our partners to come forward, Andrea Roper from the Office of U.S. Representative Derek Kilmer, and we certainly thank you.
I am much shorter. So the congressman really wishes that he could be here today, but unfortunately is stuck in what I would call the worst Washington. So he has sent me a letter on his behalf that he'd asked me to read to you all today. He says, while my duties in the U.S. House of Representatives prevent me from attending today's celebration, it is my pleasure to congratulate Jefferson Transit and the community on the opening of the new Jefferson Transit Maintenance and Administration Facility. Today is a proud day for Jefferson Transit Authority, the City of Port Townsend, and the commuters of our region. Making sure our transportation system is efficient and accessible is an important step toward an inclusive and well-functioning society. Jefferson County surface roads serve more than 30,000 residents and provide our community with a gateway to the Olympics and to the largest ferry system in the United States. As the backbone that supports our local and regional economy, an efficient transportation system allows commuters and visitors to travel to work and school, participate in recreational activities, and it provides our seniors and veterans with access to health care and other vital services, which is critical for rural regions like Jefferson County. I commend the folks at Jefferson Transit for leading the charge in efficient, safe, and reliable public transportation. This facility, which includes a maintenance and administration building, bus parking, and canopied fuel island, is poised to serve an increasingly mobile region. The Jefferson Transit Maintenance and Administration Facility is a clear step in the right direction of investing in our infrastructure, our economy, and our quality of life. Please accept my sincere thanks for everyone that made today's celebration a possibility. I'm glad the federal government is a partner in this project, and as a member of the House Appropriations Committee, I will continue to advocate for these strategic investments right here in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. And now we'll have Susan Fletcher from Region 10 of the Federal Transit Administration talking about national transportation.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be here today to represent the U.S. Transportation Secretary Anthony Fox and the Acting Administrator Therese McMillan at today's ceremony, recognizing the partnership between the federal government, Washington State, East County Fire and Rescue, and Jefferson Transit. The funding provided by the partners resulted in Jefferson Transit's ability to design and build an administration and operations building that will allow for better service for this community. And I have to say, this is a fantastic looking building. This is awesome. This project took a long time to get where it is today. It's been in our office for over 10 years, starting with the environmental process to today. But this is a sign of what happens when you have a good project, you keep your focus, and you work together with your partners. I'm very proud of the accomplishments here today, and so pleased that FTA could be your investment partner in this impressive project. All across America, DOT and FTA are investing in good transit projects like this one to help millions of people have reliable transportation and affordable access to jobs, medical care, education, and other vital services. Thank you.
We're going to hear a lot about cooperation today. We have local cooperation as well as the cooperation with our federal and state partners. And I see we have the PUD here, Wayne King, we have Ms. Barney over there, Barney Burke. We have the port here, Steve. Thanks for coming. Right now I want to introduce Catherine Robinson from the City of Port Townsend to talk more about cooperation. Catherine?
was hoping that cloud would stay over here for just another minute, but it isn't, because it's a beautiful day. So welcome to you all, and thank you for coming out to join us on Jefferson Transit's big day, because this is a really big day. You've just heard that the initial beginning of this project was 2003. When I first joined the Transit Board in 2002, there were little whispers, and by 2003 we were really beginning to talk about it. So it's been many years of dreaming, visioning, and planning, and redreaming, and revisioning, and replanning, and yet again to get to this facility. So it fortunately has not taken as long to build as it did to dream and plan. As Tammy mentioned, the project is coming in on budget and on time, which is absolutely fabulous. Let's give a round of applause for all the people that made that happen. So I'd also like to, in the spirit of cooperation, thank my fellow board members, past and present. We have a couple of past board members that I see here. John Austin, former county commissioner, and George Randalls, former city council member. I don't think there are others here, but if I have, please raise your hand. And also staff, past and present. I want to thank them for their participation in bringing this project to fruition. I want to thank especially our general manager, Tammy Rubert, and our finance manager, Sarah Crouch, for their downright doggedness in getting this through the financial challenges and uncertainties that this project has had. So they have just been a very effective team within the greater team of Jefferson Transit. I also want to thank, has been mentioned, East Jefferson Fire and Rescue for partnering with us on the fuel island. It really allowed us to be able to do what we felt was needed and what we wanted to do in that particular aspect of the project, and we really appreciate their joining in with us. I also want to thank the City of Port Townsend, as has been noted, for loaning us, for a fee, Samantha Trone to be our, as has been said, awesome project manager, and the support that she has had from city staff in completing this project. She is immensely capable and I'm sure had a lot to do with the on time and on budget. So let's give a round for Samantha again. I also want to thank FTA and the state transportation for their patience with us over the many years and not taking the money away from us, which they could have done. And so thank you so much for that. That can't tell you how much that means. So thank you. We look forward to this being an anchor property out here at Four Corners and seeing more thriving commercial and residential development out here to make this particular part of Jefferson County its own. So thank you again for coming, and enjoy the beautiful day and take a tour of the facility.
Okay, next, as has been mentioned numerous times, the staff. The people at Jefferson Transit have been working on this and certainly looking forward to this new facility to work in, but during this time they've been working in the old facility, which certainly had its challenges, and providing consistent good bus service throughout that. So to talk more, time for Lloyd Eisenman from Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 587, to talk about providing quality service. So, Lloyd?
Well, hopefully I won't blow your ears out when I talk. If everybody doesn't know me, I am Lloyd Eisman. I work for Jefferson Transit as an employee and a representative of the Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 587. The 587 represents the employees of Jefferson Transit of the east and west end of Jefferson County. The union has been working with Jefferson Transit since 1983, and the largest union West Coast since 1912. They have a number of 4,100 active union members and 500 retirees. As you can tell, we have a few retirees already here. This partnership with Jefferson Transit strives to achieve a quality customer service and impeccable safety record. This new facility represents a determination and continuation of the great service Jefferson Transit has provided for its citizens for the last 34 years. This new faculty at 63, if we cannot tell by the big huge numbers there, Four Corners Road, and the Haynes Place Transit Center. I got that one right. Let's get to the next page here. Center represents the future of transit in Jefferson County and declares to its residents that we will continue to grow and provide excellence in service. The union and I thank Jefferson Transit Authority Board, the administration, and the employees for their courage and perseverance to continue this project through many difficult years leading up to this point. Along with all the employees, I am excited to begin our new future in this amazing transportation center and to experience it with all the residents of Jefferson County. Thank you again for this opportunity to let me speak to you on behalf of the employees and the Amalgamated Transit Union. Thank you.
Okay. And next we'll have Lisa Monroe, Mobility and Outreach Manager for Jefferson Transit, recognizing the participants.
Are you getting anxious to go inside? Thank you all for coming today. We're almost done. When Tammy asked me to put the grand opening ceremony together, my biggest fear was that no one would show up. Our ceremony today has been made possible with the help of several volunteers. I would like to thank the airplane for going over the top of the sky. Don't everybody say the plane. Okay. I would like to thank the Rhododendron Festival royalty for assisting us with greeting guests. I had the pleasure of meeting these inspirational young ladies at a recent luncheon where they spoke. Each of them demonstrated enthusiasm and commitment to their schools and the community. As you go through the commons and tour, I ask you to greet them, tell them congratulations, you're wonderful young gals. Our vocalist, Tudu Dollarhide, was recommended by her music teacher, Christy Bunica from Grant Elementary School. We want to thank Christy for arranging for Tudu to come. This was the last day of school. And we say thank you to Tudu for singing, and congratulations to her. She completed the 3rd grade today. And finally, my very special thank you is to the Port Angeles American Legion Riders. For without you and those who have served before you, we might not be here today. We thank you for your service to our country and our community. On behalf of myself and Jefferson Transit, we are honored to have you join us on this special day. Thank you. And we've had a little change in the program because Tudu had to leave. So I'm going to ask the chamber ladies to come up from the Chamber of Commerce, and they're going to help us get ready for the ribbon cutting.
Okay, well, I'll give them just a moment to set up. I want to thank you all for being here. Was kind of keeping track of all the people that were thanked all the way through, some multiple times. Really want to thank you all for being here. This is the beginning of a new time for Jefferson County Transit and Jefferson Transit Authority. And so we really hope that you will join us in this celebration, that after the ribbon's cut, that you'll come through and take the tour. There'll be multiple people around. It's not an official tour, you just walk through.
Fill in the space. Okay. We count to 3, and then we try to get the ribbon cutting in half. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
My driveway is like straight across. So it would be nice because I could walk to work every day. Because right now I'm doing 45 miles a day. Right now I'm doing bouldering. Riding bouldering.
It was okay when you bought it, yeah. Yep. All right, on. It's good to see you. Good to see you too. Before we get out of here. Okay. Try to get back. Yeah, come back over. We'll talk about it. Sounds good. All right. Congratulations. All right, thanks.
Hey, nice job.
Thank you very much.
Which one's your
A little hard to see a white page when you had all that glaring off of it.
Yeah, I bet.
Yellow ribbon is mine.
But it worked out really well.
You're the middle one then?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's actually the second one.
How are we doing?
Good. How are you today?
Pretty good.
Oh, this is very nice.
It is, isn't it?
They say you lose a month.
Well, kind of.
Lose it.
Because it's been a month since you've been retired.
There we go.
That's why I'm in charge of my own thing. Now, we could maybe make our son come with you, and then you could get double the amount of food. No, I mean, it would just be nice to get moved in and get that over with here. I'm sure they don't want to linger too long.
No.
You don't want to. So bus rodeo, and this is just the beginning.
Peninsula.
The peninsula. Yeah, you're right.
Phase of it. Yeah. Are you gonna do it? Rodeo? Are y'all?
Let's not go there.
Because Lloyd, aren't you already like world champion or whatever? I mean,
6 time.
6-time world champion.
And Daryl still has.
How's it going? Good. Good. Thanks. It was hard to see the page there for a while.
This is our boardroom and training.
Oh, nice.